Welcome to Pilates Health Physiotherapy. This short video is aimed at providing you with some everyday exercises to help you maintain or improve your posture. All posture is dynamic, whether you're standing, sitting or moving. Muscles are in a continual state of interplay to maintain your centre of gravity over your base of support. So all of these exercises are going to rely on you engaging gently your core muscles, which include your pelvic floor and your deeper abdominals, in order to support that centre of gravity over your base of support. So let's get started. Right, let's just start first of all with thinking about our overall posture in standing. If we think about just a standing still, even though it's fairly static, we're still using muscles, and we're going to think from the feet to the crown. So it's really just getting you mindful of how your muscles are working all the way from the ground to your crown. So we're going to start with our feet together, open toes, open heels, so you've got a nice hip width stance. I want you to think about the soles of your feet, and we're going to have 3 points of contact: the base of your big toe, your little toe and your heel, and we want a nice even spread of weight through those feet. So if you're not really sure, let's sway forward until you can feel quite a lot of pushing through your big toe, and then I want you to come back onto your heels until you feel like your big toes are lifting and trying to correct your posture. Let's just do that again. Forward and then coming back. Okay, now come to a place where you feel you've got a nice even spread of weight. There's a little bit through the big toe, not quite so much through the little toe, and through the heel. So you're feeling that spread of support through your feet. Just think about the arches of your feet, and I want you just to imagine you're just gently lifting your arches away from the floor, and then let those feet relax a little. And again, gently lift and let them relax. Okay, just a very slight awareness that there's something going on in your feet. Just try and focus on that for a moment. Okay, so just a little bit of support through those arches. Right, we're going to come up to the knees. Really important when you're checking your posture that you haven't got your knees locked back, because as soon as they lock back, you start to get shifts through the pelvis and everything adapts. So we're going to have slightly softened knees, not bent, but just out of that locked position, so that we can keep the muscles in our feet and our calves and our thighs and buttocks all staying active while we're standing still. So we've got our weight through our feet, our knees should be just out of lock. Let's come up to the pelvis. We're going to do a pelvic rock backwards and forwards. I want you to feel that movement around your lower spine, your pelvis. I'll stand side onto the camera, so it's that kind of movement. Just feeling that movement. You're feeling the muscles around your pelvis and your buttocks working to achieve that movement, and then we're going to set our pelvis in a neutral position. So that's just imagining that your pelvis is a level bucket. It's neither forward nor back, but somewhere just in the middle. Okay, once we've got our pelvis in neutral, we're going to try and hold that pelvic position by using our center. So take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, drawing up into your pelvic floor, just gently drawing into those deep abdominals. You should feel a gentle tightening from your pubic bone towards your navel. You might even feel a little bit of drawing in on the lower ribs, but don't overdo it. It is just a gentle drawing in, as if you're just gently tightening up a wide belt. And then we're going to think about where the shoulders are sitting. Now we want to bring those shoulders back and over the hips, so it's not pushing your chest out, it's a feeling of just widening through the front of your shoulders and letting those shoulders drop away from the ears, and thinking about them sitting in line with your hips and your feet. Okay, once you've done that, I want you to imagine that there's a string from your crown, lifting your crown up towards the ceiling. Now once you've achieved all of that, it might feel a little bit stiff, but that's because we're engaging those postural muscles and trying to keep everything nicely balanced, and you're really thinking about those muscles working to support you there. Okay, let's just hold that position for a moment and do some deep breathing. We're going to focus on our lower ribs, and I want you to think about opening and expanding through the sides of your rib cage and not so much through the tummy. Okay, we want to really open out those ribs and get that diaphragm to drop down. So let's take a deep breath in and out completely. Allow those ribs to relax, and every time you breathe out, just imagine your head floating up. And again, nice deep breath in. Feel those ribs expand and open. And out. Keep that gentle engagement through your deep abdominals. Feel that crown lifting. And again, breathing in and out. One more, and in and out. Okay, so now we're going to focus on our head and neck position, and especially for those of you that spend a lot of your day with your head forward, what we want to focus on is getting some length into the back of the neck and a bit more strength into the front of the neck. Okay, so the first thing to do is to think about your head posture. So if you bring that chin forward, and then I want you to pull it back as if you're just tucking it in, and you're able to hold a soft peach between your chin and your breastbone. And while you're doing that, you should feel the back of your neck lengthening out and imagine a string lifting you up from the crown. Let's do that again. Your head is forward and you're going to pull it back. Okay, keeping those muscles at the front of the throat nice and active and the jaw relaxed. And again, forward and pull it back. Okay, we're going to try and hold that posture as we go into a roll down. So as we're doing that roll down, I want you to maintain that alignment through your spine, your shoulders over hips, hips over feet. So breath in. As you breathe out, center and nod. And I want you to bring that chin in towards the front of your throat, keeping your jaw relaxed. We're just moving through the neck, and then keep rolling down until you feel your chin is just about resting on your breastbone. Okay, we've still got those shoulders over the hips. We haven't shifted those forward. We're just working at getting our length through the back of the neck and getting the muscles at the front of the neck active to do it. Let's reverse that. Breath in. As you breathe out, stacking up from the base of your neck. Imagine those little bones in your neck stacking up one at a time until your crown is floating up. Let's do that again. Breath in. As you breathe out, lengthen and nod. Bring that chin in, keeping your jaw relaxed. And rolling down till your chin is resting close to your breastbone. Breath in. As you breathe out, stacking up those little neck bones one at a time until your crown is floating up. I'm going to turn to face the camera because now we're going to add in a slightly different turn to that movement. So we're going to do a half turn towards our right shoulder, still keeping your shoulders over your hips. Breath in. As you breathe out, keep your center engaged. I want you to nod, rolling down, and I want you to look towards your right armpit. So you get a little bit more length through the muscles that run from the back of the ear to the tip of the shoulder. Breath in. As you breathe out, you're going to unroll, so you're still looking to the right, and then come back and face the front, lift your crown. Let's do it to the left. Breath in. As you breathe out, center engaged, half turn to the left, nod, and rolling down, and bringing your head in towards your left armpit. Remember to keep your jaw relaxed and focus on getting the length from the back of the ear to the tip of the right shoulder. Breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to unroll, still looking to the left slightly, and then come back to face the front. Lovely. Next exercise, we're going to focus on rolling all the way down so that we're getting some length through the lower spine as well as through the neck. And we're also going to get a little bit of stretch through the back of the legs. And on our way back up, we're going to have some work through our buttocks and through our upper back. But before we do our roll down, I want you to put your right hand on your tummy, your left hand on your breastbone, and we're going to think about keeping the tummy hand still and lifting that breastbone up to the ceiling. Because once we finish our roll down, we're going to do a little lift of that breastbone, just like that. And coming back. Okay, let's try that again. Keep your hand on your tummy and your pelvis nice and still as you just lift that breastbone, keeping the back of your neck nice and long. You can just feel that upper back tilting up towards the ceiling and then dropping down. Okay. Right, so we're going to use that movement now to do a roll down, and I'm going to stand sideways onto the camera. I want you to think of that head movement we've just practiced, and then as we go down, imagine that you're peeling away from a wall behind you. Keep your center working, and as you're coming down, we're going to be thinking also about our buttocks working to support us. Also, concentrate on the weight through your feet, making sure that you maintain even weight through your feet as you do it. So off we go. Breath in. As you breathe out, center engaged, lengthen into the neck, bring that chin in, rolling down into your breastbone. Okay, now let your shoulders come forward. And this is where I want you to start imagining that spine peeling off the wall. Let's keep working our way down into our lower spine. Okay, and then sliding past those knees. You keep your knees fairly soft here. We're going to go down as far as you're comfortable to go. Once you're down as far as you're comfortable to go, we're just going to pause there for a moment. Feel the weight of your head and arms. Completely relax your upper body into that position. Breath in. As you breathe out, keeping your center engaged. And up we come. Okay, think about those buttocks supporting you as you come up, lifting your pelvis. And then we're going to unroll through the spine, up through the rib cage. Let those shoulders slide back over your hips. Unroll, lengthen through the neck. Crown floating up. Okay, we're going to finish the next one by lifting our breastbone, but so off we go again. So breath in. As you breathe out, lengthen, nod. Bring the length into the back of the neck first. Now let those shoulders roll forward. Coming down through the ribs. As you go past the knees, just soften them. Go as far as you're comfortable to go. When you get down to the bottom, just take a moment to let your whole upper body relax into that position. Concentrate for a moment on your feet. If you've shifted to your heels or your toes, let's just see if you can get your weight shift even through the feet. Breath in. As you breathe out, let's work our way back up again. We're going to stack up through the waist. Stacking up the ribs. Bringing those shoulders back over the hips. Unroll, lengthen through the neck, crown floating up. Now we're going to try and keep that neck long as we lift the breastbone. So we want to just lift the breastbone and keep the pelvis still so you're getting that little bit of stretch into the upper back. Press your arms back a little bit as well. That will help to open out through the chest. Okay, now arms down by your side, lift your crown. Now the last roll down we're going to stay there and do a little bit of lengthening into the back of our legs. So breath in. As you breathe out, lengthen and nod. Chin to breastbone. Rolling down through the ribs. Keep your center engaged. It's supporting your center of gravity as you come down. We're coming down past those knees. We're going down as far as you're comfortable to go. Just pause there, relax. Relax through your upper body. Keep an awareness of the weight through your feet. Now I want you to lower your buttocks towards your heels. So you're taking the tension out of the back of your legs. And then we're going to push those legs back as straight as you can. Getting some length into the back of the legs. And again, keep your center engaged. It's supporting your lower spine and your center of gravity. And then we're pushing back, lengthening through the back of the legs. And again, knee bend. And pushing back. Keep that upper body really relaxed. And again. And pushing back. Okay, keeping your center engaged. Let's peel our way back up again, lifting up the pelvis. Okay, just feel your buttocks working there a little. Start unrolling through the waist, stacking up your ribs, shoulders over your hips, unroll, lengthen through the neck. This time we're going to slide our hands up an imaginary wall, have a little stretch into that. Now, keeping your pelvis still, lift your breastbone. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, bring your arms down by your side. Well done. So the next exercise we're going to do do a dumb waiter exercise, which helps to improve the strength of the muscles that support our shoulder girdle at the back, so it brings those shoulder blades back. And then it also helps to open out through the front of the chest as well. But again, important that we've got that posture before we start. So a quick check from your feet, soft knees, pelvis neutral, shoulders over hips. And we're going to lift through the crown. So we've got that lovely balance of muscles supporting around your trunk before we start. So hands in front, as if you're holding a tray in your hands. Shrug and drop your shoulders. Think of that crown lifting up. Breath in. As you breathe out, we're just going to open. We're going to keep those arms hugged into the sides so that we're opening through the front of the shoulders as we do it. And then breathing in, coming back. Breathing out, open. Breathing in, coming back. Keep that crown lifting and breathing out. Breathing in. I want you to feel those shoulder blades gently drawing in towards each other each time you open, and have an awareness of opening and lengthening through the front of the shoulders. And again, breathing in, coming back, and again. Breathing in, coming back. Lovely. Now we're going to extend that exercise into a Cleopatra, which opens and extends the arms. Really important here that that head doesn't shift forward or the shoulders roll forward. So we're going to keep thinking about that string lifting your crown. So breath in. As you breathe out, center, open. Now we're going to push those arms away as if we're holding two pots in our hands. Now we're going to turn the palms down, pull the elbows back in and close. And again, breathing out, open and stretch. Breathing in, coming back. Keep that crown lifting. Breathing out, open and stretch. Breathing in, coming back. Breathing out, open and stretch. Breathing in, coming back. Last one. Breathing out, open and stretch. Breathing in, coming back. Lovely. And rest. So the last set of exercises I'm going to show you for maintaining or improving your posture is exercises that focus on lengthening out the hip flexors. They're the muscles that lift your leg, and they're the ones that become quite short if you spend a lot of time bending over or sitting during the day. In the process, we're also going to be thinking about our buttock strength as well, because the opposing group of muscles need to be strong. And then finally we're going to add in a little bit of length through a muscle that runs from the back of the shoulder right down into our lower back, so that we're really focusing on our myofascial line that runs right down the back of our body. So let's first of all think about these hips. We're going to do a lunge exercise, so I'll stand side onto the camera again. I'm going to step forward with my right foot, and I want you to make sure your base is wide, that you have got your toes pointing forward, and you've got a little bit of width in your base. You're not standing like on a tightrope, so just open out those feet. The next thing we're going to do is a pelvic rock, because I want you to set your center with your pelvis in neutral. Think about that crown lifting up, and then I want you to push back your left knee, keeping it nice and straight so that thigh muscle is nicely locked back, and we're going to bend into our front leg, keeping the pelvis still, and you should feel a little bit of an opening into the front of your left hip, a little bit of stretch into the back of your left calf. Okay, so we're focusing on a lot of length through that left leg here at the moment, and a lot of stabilizing through our right leg. Let's just hold that for a moment. And then coming back. Okay, swap it over. Right leg back, left leg forward with your wide base, your toes pointing forward. So pelvis in neutral, set your center, push your right leg back nice and straight so that thigh muscle is working hard to hold it there. Bend into your left leg. Okay, so now you're feeling that opening into your right hip, the front of your right hip, and stretching all the way down through that hip and into your calf. Keep thinking nice and tall as you do it. Good. Okay, let's swap it over again. Now you could do more than one each of these, but I'm just going to do one each, and then you can remember as you're doing your exercises every day, you could do 3 or 4 of these. So right foot forward, left foot back. I'm going to engage our center with our pelvis in neutral. Push that left knee back, so you're locking it back. You're going to bend into your right leg so you feel that same stretch through the left hip and the left calf. Now we're going to imagine our hands sliding up a wall. Try and keep your shoulders down and think about your crown lifting with the hands. And once you're there, keeping your center engaged, I want you to lift your breastbone towards the ceiling. Just hold that posture for a moment. Stay nice and long through the neck as you're holding. Breath in and out. And in. And as you breathe out, coming back. Okay, let's swap it over. So we're getting that right foot pointing forward, left toes pointing forward, pelvis set into neutral, push your right leg back, keep that thigh working to keep the knees straight as you bend into your left leg. So you're feeling a little stretch through the front of your right hip and into your right calf. Let's hold that position, breath in. As you breathe out with your center engaged, slide your hands up the wall, imaginary wall, keep your shoulders down. Think about your crown lifting with your hands. And then we're going to try and lift that breastbone as well. Let's just hold that there. Take a deep breath in and out. And coming down and back. Well done. That's just a short group of exercises you could practice every day to try and increase your control through your center as you get flexibility through other parts of your body. It's not comprehensive by any means. If you want to work on more areas of your body to build up some of those muscles that give you strength and stability, and build up on the muscles that need a little bit of work to get their flexibility back, by all means contact us. Through the website you can see that there is an email address there at info@pilates-health.com. I hope you found that helpful. See you again. Bye.